Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't let our guests go away without talking about something that Kevin said, very interesting, about his show, One in a Million Musical, that has been going since 2010. It has been off Broadway. It has been touring. It is now being published by Next Stage Press. There is a film documentary that is winning a gaggle of awards regarding this piece. He calls it faith inspired. Now, in my spin, I used to say faith based because that's the term we always use. But he said, no, this is faith inspired. And he alluded to the fact that you don't have to be Christian to feel this message. You don't have to be a churchgoer to feel this message. You just have to have a heart. Gentlemen, Kevin, tell us what it means to be faith inspired in a musical.
I for me, the way I look at it is, uh, I want to inspire people that God is real. I want to inspire people that one thing they might want to consider in their life, along with everything else, is the power of prayer. Now, I'm a Christian, but a lot of people in the world are not. And so uh, um, we're not telling you how to live per se, but we are telling you that that faith is an important component of our lives, and that because of that, we want to show that we're not perfect. We're not putting ourselves or our Christianity on a pedestal. We're not, because if anything, these people, as you'll see in the show, are anything but perfect. They are far from perfect. We want to blast away some of these stereotypes. We want to be able to communicate with people, and we want to communicate with all people, because we have two sort of elements kind of running together. The element of faith is important and unity is important, and we can have the two are not mutually exclusive. So faith inspired is a way to get you to kind of to look at things maybe a little bit differently than you were looking at it before. But we want you to understand that we are not telling you how you have to live, but we're telling you that, or we're suggesting that, hey, here's something you can take a look at as well that has meant a lot to our lives, or a lot to my life.
Okay, that's interesting. So I've always been hyphenating and saying faith inspired. No, it's more that you're showing how faith has inspired these individuals. We're not talking Christian, we're not talking one particular faith. We're talking how the notion of faith, the notion of coming together as one people, if you will, has inspired these individuals and changed their lives. So we're not saying, okay, go to church and you'll be fine. No, you're saying care about your fellow person, care about those in this world. And when you do, when you open your heart, watch what it does to you. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, Hector, you've been with this a very long time. Um, how has it influenced you when you talk about faith? Tell us your opinion of being faith inspired.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in church, and when Kevin asked me to come on board as the music director for the show, I thought it was a great fit because I knew it was faith inspired, and there was just that connection there. So being that this is a faith inspired show, I I was confident that I was able to give Kevin what he needed as far as music and different diverse music. And that's one thing that I love about the show is the diversity of the cast that Kevin mentioned before. And like the different kinds of music that we have in the show, it just has like it just appeals for every character. It just goes for every character. But the beautiful thing above all is that it's at the end of the day, it's for a group of church people that have different backgrounds, and they just come together at at the end of the show, they just come together and they realize that they're a family. So just having that faith inspired feeling, it's just a beautiful connection there, that they're all getting together and all creating peace at the end of the show.
You use the term church people, and it's really interesting because one might immediately say, "Oh, church people. Oh no, I don't go to church." But I don't think you mean that way. I think you mean in a community, to be
Community,
in
right.
a community, because that's what I'm getting as you're describing
Yeah.
this. That's what I'm getting. This is a
Mhm.
group of people. They're all in one place. That could be a house of worship. That could be a job. That could be a neighborhood. Whatever. It's a group of people coming together and feeling the strength of each other, which
Yep.
is a universal message. That's gorgeous. All right. I'm unleashing Joel on the world again.
Yeah.
If you've seen that first piece that we did, I said Joel, and he said, so let me ask you, faith inspired. What does that mean to you?
You know what this means to me, Jay? Faith inspired. The way we my brother Kevin Davis put it in his show was how he showed real people, relationships, community, how we can have issues with each other, but at the end of the day, come back together in peace with the right dialogue, the right thought process, and the right attitude. How things don't have to stay a certain way. Things can change, and how important that we need each other. So faith inspired is just hearing each other out, listening to each other, sharing, being playful, being open. And that's what this production is all about. This production is so inspirational because we all have a gift in each other and we all can inspire each other in one way, by our actions, by our thoughts, by our giving, by our talents, gifts, listening ear. We have all that. All that is faith inspirational. And that's what this production is all about. So faith inspired means come to a show to see, to hear, to feel stuff that you might be going through and how you can take what you see in the show and apply it to your life and walk out that theater and say, man, I know someone like that. I'm inspired to share what I just learned.
Joel, I'm hiring you.
Woo!
I need more press people like you. Thank you. What you said was gorgeous, and I could hear people. I could almost envision people listening to this, going, that sounds about right. You said something really touching at one point. I'm reminded, president of a company that I was part of for many years. I still am. The first president of the board. He was from the United Kingdom, and he made a comment once. He said, "We can argue in the boardroom, but in the pub we're all brothers." And you had said something interesting. You called Kevin your brother.
Yes.
Right there, you're showing the whole message of the show. You're all brothers. You're all sisters. You're all together in this. Whatever differences there are, today, you're all fighting the same fight. You're all
exactly.
Here is the great tragedy, Jay. Around the world, when you see the conflicts in the world, in reality, they are brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
They don't realize that they are.
Yeah.
They have forgotten that they are. I can think of one particular conflict. And again, I don't want to get too political, but you have two groups of people that say they pray to the same God, yet they can't talk to each other. Yet they can't accept each other. How is that even possible? How's that even possible? So not only can't they talk to each other, they can't get along with each other. Again, I mentioned the whole caucus thing today. They were people who are supposed to have the same mindset, and they can't pick somebody to even lead them. How is that even possible?
It's so funny. You bring up a very valuable point. Around the world, we see this, and around our country, around our homes, around our lives, we see this. Here we all are when it starts. We're all together. We all have the same thing. We should be going in this direction. Let's try to make things great. but instead it's like, no, this is different, different, and we just weigh ourselves down with it. It's a pleasure to have a show that has the parable that if you just look for the good, then it's going to be okay. And I gotta commend you on it. How do you woo people in? Because everyone's suddenly going to go, oh, I'm not religious, so I don't want to talk religious. Oh, cancel culture. You can't do it. But what do? The lottery. Play that lottery. I stand in so many stores, and I see these people come in and buy lottery tickets, and it's funny you do this because I see so many people, they're like a community. They all sit there with their cards. You got okay. They all suddenly become a family, just scratching off those simple little cards. So you picked a very clever way of showing this. Give us that website again. Where can we find out about this amazing show?
It is www.kevindavis with an S productions.org. www.kevindavisproductions.org. And we do need support. We do need financial help. This is not cheap, but we're sitting on something that's important, that's entertaining, and is a winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you out there who understand the arts and understand where a show like this can go, it has run the off-Broadway gamut. It has run the touring gamut. It is now going to be published by Next Stage Press. There is a film documentary, and it's won the award, so it has gone that gamut. It has only one place to go. And if you can find it in your hearts to help them, you're doing a good deed. Thank you, gentlemen. This has been terrific. You have inspired me. This has been terrific. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.